What's good? What's good? What's good, beautiful people? This is your boy, Tone DeShields II from Chalk It Up Sports, where no matter if we win or if we lose, we just got to charge it to the game. I am, as always, grateful to be here with you guys. I'm always grateful to be in your presence. And the show is doing very well, man. I can't deny that you guys have been showing out. You guys have been really, really active in the live chat. You guys have been holding it down for me and making sure this show stays afloat. And I love the energy you guys are providing. I'm starting to see all different types of fans popping in the live chat. I'm starting to see Cowboys fans and all other fans, right? Patriots fans. I'm seeing so many I'm seeing so many different fans in the chat, and I'm just grateful to be here with y'all, man. Like I tell you guys, it's all good and fun. I really could care less what type of fans we have in the chat. If you like football, what more can we really ask for, right? That's just the name of the game. That's just how we live in these days. So, man, I have some questions lined up for you guys, and the way I see it, which games on the 2022 schedule are considered to be the litmus test matchups? Which games on the Philadelphia Eagles schedule are you guys looking forward to? And which games are the ones that will tell us where our Philadelphia Eagles are in their progress to becoming a renowned and respected team and franchise? Now, if you ask me, one of the games that stands out to me on the schedule, obviously, the Cowboys, right? The Cowboys have continuously beaten us the past two times, and they haven't been shy about it. They have made it very clear that they're going to do whatever they can to make our lives a living hell. But that's okay though. We have the talent now, in my humble opinion, to be able to compete with not just the Cowboys, but be able to compete with anybody. But besides the Cowboys matchups, the matchups to me that will let me know where this team is would be Green Bay, Tennessee, Arizona, and Pittsburgh. But I want to know what you guys think. What games on the schedule are the litmus test games for your Eagles? Which games on the schedule if we win them, of course, would let you know where your Philadelphia Eagles are? I want to know what you guys think. We got some people in the live chat already. Already, shout out to you guys. Really appreciate you guys being here. Make sure you guys smash that like button. Y'all already know how we get down over here. That like button is currency. That like button is what moves the needle. So let's get some shout outs out the way real quick. We got South Tex in the building. He's a Cowboys fan. He holds it down in here. He's hilarious, you guys. Then we got my man Lindy Endzone in the building. You already know, bro. We're gonna get some work in. You know how we get down, bro. I'm definitely gonna get some work in. And we also got Quizzy the Great. What's up, my man? Welcome to the show. But which matchups are you guys looking forward to on the schedule? Remember, we play the Vikings, we play the Cardinals, we play the Packers, we play the Titans, Cowboys, obviously. The Saints. You know what I mean? The Houston Texans. Which games are you guys looking forward to, and which games are going to tell you where your Philadelphia Eagles are? The Philadelphia Eagles have been a very interesting case study because the Philadelphia Eagles have been a team that for the past 20 years have been a competitive team. But you have those years sprinkled in where we continue to underperform or underachieve. You see, the Philadelphia Eagles have a way of showing up and not showing up to games. They they tend to play down to the competition. That's what we've seen in the past. We've seen them play down to the competition and then they get punched in the mouth and now they're playing catch up. They still somehow find a way to win the game, but they play down to the competition and we can't have that this year. As a matter of fact, there's a lot of noise surrounding this team, positive noise, but you don't want this team to begin to eat the cheese. That's what you don't want from this team. You don't want this team to believe their own hype. You get what I'm saying? That's what you don't want. You don't want this team to start to get full of themselves. Because when that happens, that gets a little spooky. You start to walk into games believing that you're supposed to win the game. And that's not how this thing works. You walk into the game and you defeat and you crush the opposition. You leave no doubt in the spectators' minds that who's the superior team. And I believe this is going to be a season that's going to test the mental fortitude of this organization, of these players, because they have so much talent around them, and people are expecting more of them. And they're not stupid; they're not slow. They know that they got talent in that building now to compete with anybody, and the pressure is continuing to mount. As the pressure mounts, guys start to play tight. Guys start to overthink basic things. The good thing is we have some guys on this team who are veterans and who aren't necessarily foreign to being in the spotlight. AJ Brown has been on a competitive team his entire career. He's been on a team that's been the number one seed before. You know, that's played in the AFC Championship game before. He's been in those situations. So there's nothing that can be said to him or around him that will make his head get any bigger or any smaller than what it may be. We have veterans on this team, Super Bowl champions, who know what it's like to be the sweethearts of the media and know what it's like to be the bane of the media. We have guys on this team that know how to maneuver, guys that know how to hold the young guys accountable. You feel what I'm saying? You got guys like Brandon Graham, Lane Johnson, Jason Kelsey. Who else? You have guys like I'm trying to think who else was here during that Super Bowl run. I think all of our, I think I said Fletcher Cox already. But the bottom line is you have guys on this team that know how to handle the noise. You know, you got to pay attention to the young guys like Jordan Davis. Believe it or not, I have no worries about Nakobe Dean. Nakobe Dean strikes me as that guy that he's going to be the same no matter what. He seems like a very disciplined individual. But Jordan Davis, he seems to be a bit less mature than Nakobe Dean. Nakobe Dean seems like the grown-up in the room when it comes to our rookies. But I expect big things from all these young guys. The good thing about these young guys is they're surrounded by a lot of veteran leadership in their respective positions. You get what I mean? Like Nakobe Dean, a guy like TJ Edwards, a veteran. You know what I mean? Jordan Davis on the D line. He's next to Fletcher Cox and Javon Hargrave and Brandon Graham. Veterans are going to keep him humble. Grant Calcaterra, surrounded by guys like Richard Rodgers and Dallas Goedert, will keep him humble. Who else? Like I said, it's Cam Jurgens on the offensive line with guys like Jason Kelsey and Lane Johnson and, you know, Jordan Mailata. Those guys are going to keep him humble. You know, Jordan Mailata, he's been a humble guy most of his career because of his humble beginnings. But overall, this team has a great balance of youth, talent, and leadership. We can't say the same for our NFC East rivals. The Cowboys are one of the more cocky teams in the NFL, yet they have nothing to really show for it. You see, I could probably have more respect for the Cowboys if I've seen them do something in my lifetime. If I've seen them great in my lifetime. But they have never been great in my lifetime. They've been disappointments in my lifetime. And that's all I can really speak to is my lifetime. The Cowboys have been abysmal, cataclysmic, self-destructive. They have been nothing in recent history. Nothing. I could care if I'm being totally honest, right? I could care less about what they did in the 90s or 80s, or I could care less. I could care less. You know, just how people could care less what we did in the 60s and 50s and 70s or whatever it may be. People could care less. So I could care less what they've done in the 90s. I could care less what the Washington football team has done in the 90s and the 80s and 70s. I could care less. I could care less. So we can't pick and choose when to acknowledge history. You feel what I'm saying? We can't pick and choose it. It's either you want to acknowledge history or you don't. If you want to acknowledge history, okay, then we're not only going to talk about the Cowboys Super Bowls, we're going to talk about the Philadelphia Eagles national championships in the NFL. But they don't want to talk about that because that's prior to the Super Bowl era. Okay, so we don't want to talk about history then. You can't just exclude parts of history. That's just the reality of it. That's the reality. Can't pick and choose when to discuss history. But nonetheless, I don't expect anything from the Cowboys this year. As long as Jerry Jones owns that franchise, as long as Jerry Jones continues to be the puppeteer behind the head coach, the Cowboys aren't going to be anything, man. You know what I mean? As long as Jerry Jones is pushing the buttons, the Cowboys are going to be. That's all. And the sad thing about the Cowboys fans, they know it. They know it. They know as long as Jerry and Steven, they know as long as the Joneses are running the ship, they're never going to get out of the foxhole. They know it. They know it. That's the unfortunate reality of it all. They know as long as Jerry Jones is pulling the strings, they'll never see the grace of God. They'll never see the light of day as long as Jerry Jones continues to be Jerry Jones. As long as Jerry Jones continues to go on national radio every single week, they'll never, ever be out of the foxhole. And they know it. Ask them. Y'all in the live chat, talk to South Text. Ask him. Ask him, does he have faith in Jerry Jones? Does he have faith in the oil money of the Jones family? Ask him. Ask him. He won't answer y'all, though, because he's nervous about Jerry Jones. Every year they pray to God Jerry Jones don't say nothing, but he always says something. Always. They pray every year, Jerry Jones, please don't get a wrong God contract, please. You know what? I got a lot of respect for Jerry Jones. You want to know why? I got a lot of respect for Jerry Jones because he pays his players. He pays his players. Well, you know what? If I was a Cowboy, I know one thing for damn sure. My check gonna clear. That's one thing I do know about being a Cowboy. My check gonna clear. But once that check clear, you can't ask for the money back. You can't ask for that money back. And I know they wishing they didn't give Zeke that contract. I know a lot of them fans like, damn, why did we pay Dak $40 million for a first round exit? What the hell? Come on. Would you? He says I had faith in Dan Quinn. Don't let Dan Quinn be your head coach. Y'all know what happened to him last time he was a head coach. Dan Quinn, he better stay a defensive coordinator. He not built for that head coach life. We all know it. But here's the thing. Would you rather be a franchise that has questions about a $40 million quarterback? Or would you rather be an organization that has questions about a $1.5 million quarterback? Riddle me that. I'm asking y'all. Would you rather be an organization that questions or that's unsure about a $40 million investment? Or would you rather be an organization that has questions and that's unsure about a $1.5 million investment? Where are you taking the most risk? Where are all your chips? Y'all tell me. You guys are the drivers of the show. I'm just a conduit. Y'all tell me. I would love to know how you guys feel about this. No, South Tex. No. Don't you do it, South Tex. Don't you do it, South Tex. I asked you a very straightforward question. I didn't even say nobody's name. South Tex. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. I asked you a very straightforward question. Would you rather have questions and concerns about a $40 million investment or questions and concerns about a $1.5 million investment? I asked you a very straightforward question. Do not change it. I didn't ask you about Dak. I didn't ask you about Hurts. I asked you about an investment. Let's be honest. It's funny because I actually like Dak Prescott. I like that. I actually like him. Do I care about him as a player? No. But I like Dak Prescott. I like what he stands for as a man. I like him as a leader. You know, all those things, right? It's a shame he's a Cowboy, but I have a lot of respect for Dak Prescott. Do I have respect for the Dallas Cowboys? No, I don't. But I actually like Dak Prescott. But it's unfortunate because, and you know what? I'm actually glad he got his money. I'm glad Dak got his money. I'm so glad because now he has to make it work. Y'all got to get a Super Bowl out of that man. Will y'all get it though? Probably not. But like I said, I'll take my chances with the $1.5 million quarterback rather than the $40 million quarterback that you have questions about. Hey, and you know what, South Tex? My $1.5 million investment won me some games. How many games did the Cowboys win? 11 games last year? How many games did y'all win last year? Somebody tell me how many games the Cowboys won last season. Somebody tell me. Somebody tell me. How many games did the Cowboys win last season? Somebody tell me. I need somebody to tell me. How many games did they win? How many games did the Cowboys win? 11. Thank you, Ivan. Thank you. All right, so the Cowboys won 11 games, right? And it got off to such a fast start. Was it 12? Was it 12? Okay, 12. Thanks, Martin. 12. Okay, thanks, South Tex. They won 12. Okay, so you guys won 12 games. You guys went 12-5. And you guys got out to such a fast start. Yet you guys only had 3 games ahead of us, right? And that's not really much, to say the least. But my point is, you say, did Hurts win a playoff game? No, he hasn't. In his first year starting, he didn't win a playoff game. No, he didn't. His first year. Can't really expect much. But, I mean, you want to talk about winning games. I mean, as bad as y'all like to talk about Jalen Hurts, he delivered a winning record. He got the team to the playoffs. You know, Dak has 1 playoff win on his resume. 1. I mean, that's nothing to write home about. 1 playoff win in what? 5 losses? 4 losses? Something like that? How many times has the Cowboys been to the playoffs since Dak Prescott been there? How many times? I don't care about his ankle, South Tex. I don't care. I don't care about his ankle. I don't care. I don't care. How many times has Dak Prescott been to the playoffs? Dak Prescott is 1-3 in the playoffs. He's played 4 career playoff games. He's 1-3. He's 1-3. One and three. 3 losses. He got a weirdos. South Tex. Your man Dak Prescott has to wear those. He's 1-3 in the playoffs. 1 playoff win in the past 7 years. What are we talking about here? What are we talking about here? If you ask me, based off of the talent you guys have had, you guys have been underachievers. Like, your man 1-3 in the playoffs, mine 0-1. His first appearance. No talent. got the team to the playoffs, really. What more can you ask for? If you ask me, my guy is trending in the right direction. Your guy is plateauing. He's stagnant. Come on, man. Come on. What's good, everybody? What's going on, Jorge? How you feeling, my man? What's going on, Drew Johnson? My man Martin Jones, what's going on? How you feeling, man? You know, we got to let these Cowboys fans know they not as sharp as they think. As a matter of fact, they fool's gold. That's exactly what they are. Ivan Mim says, let Hurts go 1-3. Everyone will call him trash. Exactly. Now we got talent. Now we got talent. And you're right, Ivan. Now we have talent. Now we do. Last year, Devonta Smith was our best player on offense. And he was getting double teamed every game. But now we got some talent. Now we got something for y'all asses. But it's going to be hilarious to see how this thing play out. He's only started one season. What are you talking about? You say to say someone can't do something means that they have to show you many years of not being able to do that thing. There's not a trend for him. It was his first year starting. I can't really get mad at the kid for losing those games. I really can't. Did I want him to win? Yeah, for sure. But let's be totally honest. You guys did exactly what y'all were supposed to do. And we did exactly what we were supposed to do. No one said we were going to win those Cowboys games. Nobody. Vegas didn't say we was going to win those games. Anybody that predicted the matchups had us losing those games. It happened. Y'all were supposed to win those games, right? I think y'all were supposed to win those games. I think so. That's what I'm saying. He only played them twice. You got to play them twice a year. Like I don't understand. Actually, no. Matter of fact, no. He technically played y'all twice. He didn't play y'all the last time. Gardner Minshew did. He played y'all early in the season, last season, and he played y'all late in the season before. So he played y'all twice. Hurts only played y'all twice, once in two separate seasons. The first time he played y'all, he was thrown in. Second time he played y'all, new coaching staff, no talent. He says, you didn't listen to Philly 500 and Brunson talking spicy all last year saying y'all going to beat it. Stop it, man. Of course we're going to talk like that. That's what we get paid to do. That's our job. We're going to talk trash. That's what we're going to do. It's called a rivalry, duh. I'm not going to ever sit here and say, oh, yeah, y'all going to beat us. I'm never going to sit here and say that. Never. But at the end of the day, we got to talk about the result. We got to talk about the result also. That's just the reality of it, though. I'ma always say y'all trash. I'ma always say y'all not gonna beat us. I'ma always say that. I don't care what the roster look like. I'ma always say Cowboys are trash. Y'all has-beens. Y'all fool's gold. Y'all will never be good again. Y'all will always get to the mountaintop and fall off a cliff. What can go wrong will go wrong. Shout out to my man Stephen A. Smith. That's y'all legacy right now. That's who you guys are right now. But that's okay. That's okay. South Texas, I was watching LB live stream against the Cowboys last year. It was like watching a funeral. That's funny as hell. But like I said, we got 16 people in the live chat. Make sure you guys smash that like button. Appreciate you guys for being here, man. Continue to support the channel. I'm giving you guys Chalk It Up Sports daily, Monday through Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern time. Really appreciate you guys being here. We've been live for about 25 minutes. Got about 35 minutes left in the show. But I got to ask you guys, which games are you looking forward to? Which games are going to tell you where your Philadelphia Eagles are? Which games are going to explain where the Philadelphia Eagles are in terms of how competitive they can be. What are the litmus test games? Martin Jones says we have the same amount of playoff wins in one season than the Cowboys have in 26 years. Hey, listen, Martin. Somebody got to tell him. Wills Duncan says, South Tex, who are you? First you come here and talk about the Ravens, and now you're on the Cowboys. Oh, man. Oh, man, that's hilarious. You guys are killing it right now. I love the energy you guys are providing to the show. But, yeah, Eagles fans, tell me, is it the Green Bay matchup? Is it the Tennessee Titans matchup? The Cowboys matchup? The Arizona Cardinals? Pittsburgh? The Saints? Which games are going to tell you where your Philadelphia Eagles are? South Texas says the point is y'all going to go through us to get that NFC championship spot. Well, look, it ain't saying much. It really ain't saying much. But the Philadelphia Eagles, when you think about the roster from top to bottom, the roster is pretty legit. Of course, we got to make sure. Of course, the quarterback position still needs to pan out, and we also have to make sure that safety position is taken care of. Now, Kevon Wallace, he is somebody that is supposed to be competing with guys like Marcus Epps and Anthony Harris for those starting safety positions. But Kevon Wallace still has a lot to prove in this NFL. The reality is he does a lot of talking. Well, he doesn't talk as much as he used to. I'll say that much. But Kevon Wallace is somebody that when he got drafted, I had a lot of faith in. He was roommates with Brian Dawkins' son. Brian Dawkins was his mentor, you know what I mean, went to Clemson. He was the heart and soul of that Clemson defense. And I just thought that he would be better coming into the NFL. Now, has he been given the fairest of opportunities? I don't know. Not really sure. He had to play behind Anthony Harris and Rodney McLeod for a couple years, and I think he had to play behind Malcolm Jenkins as well, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe I'm wrong. I think I'm wrong. But overall, the safety position is going to be a competition against Marcus Epps and most likely Kevon Wallace. I think Marcus Epps wins the battle, just because I feel like he's shown a bit more on the field. Anthony Harris is someone who is relatively expendable for the simple fact that he's not the fastest anymore. He's kind of losing a step. And we haven't really gotten the best out of Anthony Harris. It seems like the Minnesota Vikings have really gotten the best out of him, and we are kind of left to really pick up the pieces. But I ultimately have faith that Marcus Epps can be that starting safety, and I know we talk about getting guys like Chuck Clark. I don't know how likely it is, because the Ravens look like they're trying to build this really stout pass defense. And I wouldn't be surprised if they run some, 3-5-3 sets, or 3-3-5 sets, whatever you want to call it. I wouldn't be surprised if they do that. Chris R says, subtone, I think they only drafted Kevon because he was from Clemson, just like Brian Dawkins. Yeah, I think they drafted him because, they felt like because he was supposed to be a good tackler in college, right? A leader. He was somebody that really had, some pedigree behind him, right? A champion in college. But so far, it just hasn't really seemed to translate into the NFL. Lindy says, who knows which quarterback we'll be facing when we play the Steelers? Yeah, that's going to be interesting. We don't know which quarterback we're going to be playing. It could be Kenny Pickett. It could be Richard Trubisky, Mason Rudolph. Rest in peace to Dwayne Haskins. It's unfortunate what happened to him. But overall, the Steelers still are shaky as well. Lindy Enzo says your three-tone are pretty accurate, but I would elevate the Saints as well a little more than Pitt. Saints are going under the radar to me. Yeah, they got some talent. Chris Olave, Michael Thomas, Jarvis Landry. They got weapons over there. Alvin Kamara, and they got Honey Badger, Cameron Jordan. They got a talented team. They can compete with anybody damn near. Jameis Winston, how good will he be coming off that ACL injury? Jorge Mendoza says Cardinals game, how they contain Murray and how they scheme Hollywood Brown. Ooh, very good point. You see, DeAndre Hopkins won't be there when we play, but it's going to be interesting to see how they game plan for Kyler Murray, how they scheme for Hollywood Brown. Hollywood Brown's speed is undeniable, but they got to worry about Quez Watkins' speed. Who's faster, Quez Watkins or Hollywood Brown? I don't know. I don't know who's faster in a straight line. I just don't know. But I think the same way how we have to plan for teams, they got to plan for us as well. They got to plan for us as well. I think we match up very well with the Cardinals. I think we match up very well with them. And I trust Darius Slay and James Bradberry and Devonta Mack. See, like, we're really good at the key positions. We are. We're really good and we're really balanced. Slasher says South Texas. So was Dallas cornerback room. Yeah, outside of Trevon Diggs, everybody else is questionable. He says y'all safety room is shaky. Yeah, I mean, the safety position it's not the worst. Shaky, okay, but everything else is sturdy. Everything else is sturdy, and I can live with my safety room being what it is because you got those three top tier corners in Darius Slay, James Bradberry, and Avonte Maddox. Avonte Maddox is a top 10 slot corner. James Bradberry and Darius Slay are top 32 corners in the NFL. Definitely top 20 corners in the NFL, if you ask me. But and also, you're right, Lindy Endzone. He said seeing Ertz on the other side. He said seeing Ertz on the other side would be an interesting dynamic. I'll give the Cards that. Yeah, Ertz is going to be interesting to see how he looks with them when we play them. But the one thing we do got one thing we ain't got to worry about is Zach Ertz going for yak. That man about slow as hell. South Texas says AB actually had better stats than Bradberry. Look it up. Who's AB? Who you talking about? Who's AB? Fill me in, South Texas. Anthony Brown. Oh, Anthony Brown. Okay. Anthony Brown actually had better stats than Bradberry. Look it up. See, stats don't tell the whole story. And we all know that, South Texas. You should know better than that, man. You've been watching the game too long. Stats don't tell the whole story. You should know better than that. You should know better than that. Stats do not tell the whole story. They tell the story you want to be told. But they don't tell the whole story, man. They don't. But let me ask you guys this. I'm looking forward to the A.J. Brown-Trevon Diggs matchup. I'm looking forward to that because Trevon Diggs is someone who takes a lot of risk. He takes a lot of risk. And the way this Eagles team is built right now, you better take calculated risk. I don't know how great Trevon Diggs is going to be this season. It's going to be really interesting. Oh, yeah? Hey, listen, man, great minds think alike. Will's Douglas says, really? Bradberry guarded wide receiver ones, Brown guarded wide receiver threes. Exactly. So that says Giants' whole defense was bad. Bradberry was a number one in man coverage, which he is not really good in. He is coming here to be a number two and play zone, which he is better in. He's going to play a combination of zone and man. But you bring up a good point, the fact that Bradberry was guarding number ones and and Anthony Brown, whatever his name is, was guarding number 3s and 2s. Like, he didn't really have to really guard anybody. Terrence Carter says, hey, what's going on, my man? How you feeling? Good to see you. Welcome to the chat. We got 20 people in here. I really appreciate you guys. Make sure you guys, when you come in, you hit that like button. It really helps the show grow. Really helps the live chat get that much more spicy, and it makes it that much easier for the Eagles to swarm Dallas Cowboys fans. South Texas, Diggs is still learning the corner position. Now he's still learning. Come on, man. Now he's still learning. Quez says, as soon as Ertz gets the ball, he get tackled. Yeah, man. He a catch and tuck kind of guy. Tuck and roll. Tuck and roll type of guy. But let me ask y'all this. Who has the best defensive line in the NFC East? Who has the best defensive line in the NFC East? And best means a combination of talent, continuity, depth. You know what I mean? Who has the best group of defensive linemen in the NFC East? Terrence Carter says, I think Howie Roseman should resign Cox if he plays well for a 1-year deal. Plus, we should resign Kazera White, Hargrave, and Bradberry to 3-year deals. This could be a dynasty. Well, they gotta show us, right? They gotta show us. They gotta show consistency. Terrence Carter says the Eagles by far. There is no doubt. Professor X says the Skins. Okay. South Tech says Washington. Slasher says it's defense a close tie with Eagles and Washington. I would just say us simply for our depth. And that's why I would say the Eagles as well. Yes, the Washington Commanders have Chase Young, who's coming off of ACL tear. So who knows how explosive he'll still be. They got Montez Sweat. And they got, was it Jonathan Allen? Is that his name? Jonathan Allen? But after you say those 3 names, there's a drastic fall off. Whereas though with the Eagles, you have Fletcher Cox, Javon Hargrave, Brandon Graham, Josh Sweat, Jordan Davis, Derek Barnett, Milton Williams, Teron Jackson. See, there's the disparity is short between them when you think about the Washington football team. They're talented in 3 positions for sure, but then there's a drastic drop off. Where's the balance? Where's the depth? You get what I'm saying? And that's why I think the Eagles have the better defensive line group, because they have that depth. Depth is important at the defensive line position. It's vital. Taylor says could be us, but got to see how the pieces mesh together. If not us, then Washington. Right. I think any given Sunday, really. I think any given Sunday, it could be Washington or the Eagles. But when it comes to depth, nobody's sniffing us in the division. Nobody. Nobody. Lindy end zone funny. He said, I know you didn't just mention Mr. It's always him. Oh man. South Tex, all y'all have is old Cox, Pauls, and Hargrave, and you never seen Davis play, and everyone else is mediocre. That's a lie. That's a lie. That's a lie. Like who are y'all D tackles again? Who are y'all D tackles again, bro? Let me know. Like who are your D tackles? I need to know. Duncan says Dallas offense took a step back and they have no D tackles. San Fran playoff game, bro. They can't stop the run. The Cowboys, bro, we're gonna run all over them. The Cowboys can't stop the run. I'm telling you. Yo, that's funny. Taylor Walker says South Texas. Wow, Milton Williams would be DT1 on Dallas. That's a fact. That's a fact. That is a fact. Lindy Enzo says, if the 13th pick is mediocre, what do you call the top 10? Oh, man. South Tech says, why were we last in sacks? Oh, I can tell you why. We had a down year. Brandon Graham was hurt. We had a down year. That's all. I can give you that. We had a down year. South Tech says, why y'all get 92 points put on your heads last year? I can tell you exactly why. The Cowboys were more talented last year. You guys had a better offense last year. That's exactly why. And it's not excuse, it's the facts. It's a fact. Did you not have a better offense last year than our defense? I mean, like, I'm actually telling you, I'm actually not being facetious. I'm actually telling you the truth. You guys had a significantly better offense. You guys had the best offense in the NFL last year, right? You guys were the number one team in terms of what, scoring, or was it yards? What was it? Fill me in, South Tex. What were the statistical rankings for you guys last year? You guys were the number one offense, I think. Something like that, right? Duncan says, never seen a fan base trash Tyler Smith the first day, then say they had the best draft the next. South Tech says, we still had the same line other than Connor Williams. Okay. Answer my question, though. Answer my question, though. Because you asked, why did we allow that many points? And I gave you a pretty clear-cut answer. Top 5, okay. You had a top 5 offense and got knocked out in the first round. Where was that top 5 offense when y'all was playing the San Francisco 49ers? Where was that top 5 offense then? Like, I could probably feel you if y'all won a playoff game last year, but y'all went home the same day we did. So I'm not understanding. I'm not understanding what you're proud about. You should actually be more disappointed than me. Y'all had a top 5 offense and got knocked out in the first round. How? I don't get it. No, now who making excuses, South Tex? Now hey, y'all. Hey, Duncan, Terrence, get him. Y'all see he making excuses now, right? Now who making excuses? Who making excuses now? Come on, man. You can't pick and choose your battles, man. You can't pick and choose, bro. Now it's the game plan. Now it's the game plan. Come on, man. Stop it. Who making excuses now? Like, come on, man. Come on, bro. Y'all can't have it both ways. Y'all can't have it both ways. The top 5 offense, the best offense, and y'all lost to the 49ers. Come on, man. Lindy Endzone is so intelligent. I love his metaphors. He said Dallas always the first team to reach the finish line, but always the last to cross it. That's the perfect way to describe the Cowboys. They always the first one to the finish line, but always the last one to cross it. Damn. Lindy's spitting today, y'all. Y'all better stop playing with my man. Lindy's spitting. Come on, now. We got 25 people in the live chat. Make sure I smash that like button. Man. Come on, man. As a matter of fact, I need to know something. I need to know, Soft Text. What games are you looking forward to when it comes to your Dallas Cowboys? What games are going to be the litmus test for y'all? Terrence Carter says, imagine Nakobe Dean, Bradberry, Slade Grant, man. It's going to be nasty. It's going to be nasty, man. It's going to be nasty. Terrence Carter says, imagine Jordan Davis, who gets triple team, Cox, who requires double teams, Hargrave, who requires double teams, Hassan Reddick, who is a top 10 edge rusher, Kazera White, who was a top dog on the Chargers. Yeah, man, Terrence, you spitting right now. We're not talking about Green Bay, Tex. Think about yourself. We ain't talking about Green Bay, Tex. Don't you do it. Y'all see what he doing, right? Y'all see what he doing, right? He want to talk about Green Bay all of a sudden. He want to talk about Green Bay all of a sudden. Is that how we living? My mama always told me, boy, worry about yourself. Stop worrying about what them boys doing over there. Worry about your damn self. Come on now. Duncan says, ask South Texas their offense got better or worse. He know the answer to that question. You ain't got to ask him. He know the answer to that question. He know the answer. South Texas says, you're making my points. How so? Fill me in. How I'm making your points. He says on paper, it looks like we took a step back, but I have faith in Dak. That's not what y'all fan base is saying, man. Listen, I talk to the Cowboys content creators. I talk to those guys. Y'all fan base don't treat Dak with the respect that you think y'all do. I talk to the Cowboys content creators. I talk to Jay Tuck. You know, I talk to Cowboys fans only. I talk to those guys. Y'all fan base don't treat Dak with the respect he deserves. Who I'm making excuses for? I talk about one team, and that's my Eagles. I don't care what's going on in Green Bay. I don't care what's going on in San Francisco. I don't care what's going on in Arizona or LA. I don't care what's going on in Las Vegas or Kansas City. I care about what's going on in Philadelphia. That's what I care about. Slasher says, Southside, stop being biased, bro. It's really bad. Duncan says, why did $70 million Dak Prescott have the same stats as Hurts in playoffs? Look it up. I don't know, man. I do not know. Again, the $40 million man, the $1.5 million man. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's spooky on that side. He said, let's be honest. Cowboys ain't making the playoffs. Lindy says, how does Dallas get excuses when you guys put them at the top of the poll every year? That guard, you're right. You're right, man. You're right, man. I just wish the Cowboys lived in reality. That's all I want. I want the Cowboys to live in reality. That's all you can pray for. But I gotta give respect to South Texas. He the only Cowboys in here. He the only Cowboys fan in here holding it down. I respect him. I got respect for South Texas. I'm gonna be honest with you. I got a lot of respect for him. Look, he gonna ride for his team, and that's all I can really expect from him. But at the same time, man, you could have picked a better squad, man. South Texas says it's like LeBron and the Lakers. Everyone talks about them. You know what? Y'all did that though. Y'all did that. Y'all the ones that start calling yourselves America's team. Y'all the ones that play on Thanksgiving every year, and y'all don't deserve it. Y'all the ones who get top billing, and y'all weak sauce. A top 5 offense get knocked out in the first round. They beat that booty. Like, y'all couldn't do nothing with Debo. Debo had y'all in the headlock. He said the reality is we smacked y'all 3 times in a row. Hey, listen, man. The reality is this: we did lose to Dallas 3 times in a row. You're absolutely right, bro. That is the reality, man. That's the reality. I'm not. I can't lie. That's the reality. That is the absolute reality. Absolutely. Absolutely. But y'all fan base is nauseating, bro. Make me sick. You guys have such high hopes every year. And then y'all just you better tell Jerry to relax. Like, what's the point in being a Cowboys fan if y'all know y'all gonna just commit suicide? Like, if y'all know you're just gonna jump off a cliff. Like, how can you ride for a team that's let you down so much? It's crazy, bro. It's sad. I pray for the weak. I really do. I really, really do, man. Like, overall, all we can really do is wait and see how it plays out. That's all we can do. All we can do is sit back, eat our popcorn, and watch the show. Because regardless of how it goes down, regardless of what we talk about in these live chats, these players got to lace it up. These players got to get physical. And that's what it comes down to. South Texas says, I lived in the glory days, so I don't know what you're talking about. Well, you living today, too, in the not-so-glory days. So what we talking about? Queasy the Great says, I can't stand Cowboys fans. Too cocky for me. He says, too cocky for me. But, you guys, we about to get out of here soon. You guys have been great, man. We had 18 people in the live chat. I'm so grateful for you guys being here. You know, the show is nothing without you guys. You guys continue to put the best foot forward, you know. But I need to ask y'all one final question. One final question. Who has a better year in 2022? Jalen Hurts or Dak Prescott? Who's going to have a better season? Which one? Which question? I'm unsure. Oh, right here. South Tech says why am I a Sixers fan? Oh yeah, because our legacy, man. I love the Sixers, bro. I love the Sixers. You know, they disappoint me, but I love the Sixers, man. I love the Sixers, bro. South Texas, Dak easy. So John B says Hurts. Quizzy says Hurts. I answered you. You know, Allen Iverson and Julius Erving, all those guys, man. Like you can't deny what they did for the culture, what they did for the city. You can't deny that. Can't deny that at all. But you guys have been spectacular. I'm about to get out of here. I ain't eat all day. I've been grinding all morning. Really appreciate the love and y'all support, man. Make sure you guys smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. I'm your humble host, Tone DeShields II from Chalk It Up Sports. where no matter if we win or if we lose, we just got church into the game. You guys are getting Chalk It Up Sports daily, Monday through Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. One love, stay humble, stay healthy, and most importantly, stay hungry.